use some Pokemon Showdown recorded battles. Now, I'm just telling you right now, this team I'm using is weird. It's not even a legitimate team. It's just a bunch of stuff I wanted to use. I'm tired of the current meta. I'm tired of top tier. I want to use some lower tier stuff. I want to use some RU. I want to use some UU. I actually ended up using a lot of RU. I want to use some NU. There's like no NUs, but there's like 3 RUs. I forgot where Solgor is, and I think it might be UU. I could be completely wrong, and it's probably RU. But whatever. Solgor is in it as well. So I'm just going to get started with the battle. As you can see, my 3 RUs being Drapion, Durant, and Feraligatr. Then I have a Solgor. I don't know if that's RU or UU, because I never use it. But anyway, he leads off with Slowking. I lead off with Solgor. His Slowking happens to be Weakness Policy, which is awesome. I thought that was brilliant, mainly because a defensive Slowking late game with Weakness Policy, that's going to tank so many hits, and it's going to hurt. Because defensive Slowking as it is already hits pretty hard. So with the Weakness Policy, that's just going to be phenomenal. But anyway, I pretty much just go for Power Whip, thinking it was going to KO on Slowking right there, and it doesn't at all. So I'm like, wow, Gudra. That was slightly disappointing. But at this point, I just go for a Flamethrower, not wanting to risk Power Whip missing and not wanting to get burned. So down goes Slowking. That's a huge threat. Down is a bigger threat than I thought it would be. To be honest, if he brought that thing in late game, that would have definitely hurt my team. But anyway, he goes for Fake Out on Gudra, so I just protect. I figured this Medicham was his Mega Evolution. I was kind of hoping he would high Jump Kick. Unfortunately, he doesn't. I just want to go on the Drapion. He reveals the Drain Punch, which means he has no high Jump Kick, so unfortunately I can't get that crash damage. But what I can do is set up 1 layer of Toxic Spikes on this thing. Now, obviously I need damage on the Medicham, but I also just wanted to break Mamoswine's Sash. And since he didn't Mega Evolve and doesn't have the high Jump Kick, odds are that Alakazam is the Mega Evolution, and I want the damage on that as well. I want the damage on everything, excluding Hexorus, who could definitely set up. It might be double dance set with Swords Dance or Dragon Dance. That would have been bad. But anyway, he's able to set up Stealth Rocks this turn, mainly because I just went for Dragon Tail. I figured he might want to preserve his Ferrothorn for Rocky Helmet, Iron Barb shenanigans on Durant or for Alligator. He doesn't do that whatsoever, and so I mean, it's whatever. At this point, I don't really care. I don't happen to run a Defog or Rapid Spinner on this. It's just grab bags. Now, I kind of figured he would go for a setup move, but at the same time, it was like, I'm really not scared of Hexorus. I do get a Choice Scarf, Gengar who can come in. I have an Aqua Jet that can come in and do damage and use Poison. But he gets greedy, goes for a second one as I just Dragon Tail him out of there. No, that's, he needed the second one most likely to outspeed everything on my team. I really don't care though. I mean, it's pretty much gone. But anyway, I'm going to send in Drapion on Mamoswine mainly because I can take an Icicle Crash. Cannot take an Earthquake whatsoever. That was a huge problem with this team. This team cannot take Earthquakes. It cannot take an Earthquaker. A good Sword Dance on Escadrille. That's a dead Feraligatr. That's a dead Durant. That's a dead Drapion. At one point I had Smeargle except for Solgor. That's a dead Smeargle. There's nothing I could do about it. Because, I wanted the Sticky Whip thing lying Choice Band and Adamant Durant to really sweep. It's actually funny, I'm using a Baton Pass on Durant with 3 attacks except for 4 attacks. I don't even run the Bug move. I know, it's really weird. I just wanted to have fun. That's what ended up happening. But look at this. Choice Band, Adamant, Durant. Outspeeds Medicham. Kills in a one-shot. And got none on me. Now, obviously, Hexorus comes in and can't one-shot my Durant whatsoever, but I didn't want to risk having damage on my Durant, because if I needed to, Durant could just come in, Iron Head, Dead Alakazam. Even though I don't know why I did that, because obviously I went out to Gengar can Shadow Ball and I can Aqua Jet. There was no reason to do that. I just wanted to make sure that Durant was alive, I guess. Right here, he Mega Evolves, and because I know he's going to get my Sap Sipper, I'm not going to go for the Power Up. Instead, I'm just going to go for the Stab Dragon Tail, attempting just to get as much damage out on this thing as possible. And look at this Dazzling Gleam. It'll do no damage to me. This is the power of Gudra. That's still an Alakazam, a Mega Alakazam. I don't care if it's not Stab. That should hurt. But whatever, that's GG. It's just a quick battle, guys. There's really nothing else I can say about that. I just wanted to show you that it's possible to have fun. I mean, granted, this guy rating wasn't that, good, but he came up with some interesting stuff like Weakness Policy, Slowking. He's using Hexorus, which I don't see that much. I mean, the guy's just trying to have fun. And that's what I kind of miss about this gen. It's not fun. Right now, at least. Mainly because tiers haven't been made yet. But it's not fun. It's nothing but setup, guys. Nasty Plot, Tail Glow, Swords Dance, Dragon Dance. and priority, plus ghost types with will-o-wisp. That's all it is. There's no difference between anybody's team. Even I have teams that's exactly the same way, and it's not fun. It's really not fun. As you see, I'm starting to use Gengar. I never use Gengar, even when I play OU. Even though I'm more of a low tier player, I never use Gengar. I'm using Gudra. I refused to use Gudra in the beginning because everyone was using it. I'm like, this is not going to be fun to use something that everybody else is using. But I'm using it now. On my other teams, I'm using stuff that everyone else is using because I have to, in order to just, you know, stay in the match. And it's not fun that way. I want to be able to use my War Turtle again. I want to be able to use EVO like Sandshrew. I want to be able to use EVO like Gligar. You know, I want to be able to use my Emolga without fear. I want to be able to use Rotom Fan and Rotom Frost. You know, why does it always gotta be Rotom Heat and Rotom Wash? I've been trying to get Rotom Cut in there, but even then, it's because of the Mega Charizard thing. It's annoying because Mega Charizard's on every team. It's ridiculous. This is what I asked you guys, and what I hopefully everybody that sees this will do. Start using things that you just want to use for fun. Don't use all these big threats just because the only tier out there is OU and technically Ubers. But I'm not going to go into that whole entire argument whether or not Ubers is a banlist or a tier. Yes, it was originally a banlist, but at this point, you might as well call it a tier. But that's besides the point. Use stuff to have fun. I'm using a Selgor. I don't even have Final Gambit on it. It's Encore Spikes, Giga Drain, Bug Buzz. It's just for fun. Use Durant. I mean, it's for fun, guys. Or Drapion. I'm gonna make a Drapion on my Wi-Fi. I'm hoping to make a Fraligator. I know my boy Oliver has like all the starters, and any Pokemon he has, I have. Any Pokemon I have, he has. That's pretty much how we work. But just use something that you want to. I mean, who says you can't use a Huntail? Well, don't use Huntail. Gorbis is a better option. Who says you can't use a Parasect? Parasect is a monster if played correctly. Who says you can't use Prankster Murkrow over all the other Pranksters? Why can't we, guys? It's all up to you to do that. Like, just have fun. Just have fun. But anyway, I'm SP Madao, and I will see y'all later. Okay, well, you know, I'll see y'all later now.